Hello and welcome to another video by George's Shed, and today on Practical 3D Printing we're going to be making some little plastic covers. Let's get started. Okay, so here are the two little pieces that I've got to make. So I'm going to start off with this one, and I'm going to use these cheap digital calipers I got off Wish, I think, for £2 to begin to measure it. So in Fusion 360 we're going to create a sketch. We've already created a sketch. So I'm going to start off with the base rectangle, and the dimensions of these rectangles. This rectangle is going to be 21.5 by 12.4. There we go. So there is our base rectangle. So that is the obviously the base of this piece. And I'm going to measure the thickness, which is 0.8 millimeters. So now I'm going to extrude that up. So up 0.8 millimeters, like that. And there is our base plate. So now I'm going to create another sketch on the back of that. And now I need to measure the position of these two little prongs. So each prong is 3.8 millimeters wide, and that is roughly central. So I'm just going to draw a line along here. I think that's our centre point. So then I'm just going to draw a line straight down. So we've now got a reference for the centre. So as I said, they are 3.8 centimetres wide, and they are 0.8 centimetres from the edge. So I'm going to do an offset from both sides. I'm just going to draw a line on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to have to do two different offsets for each side. So that is 0.8 millimeters in, like that. And on this side I'm going to do the same, 0.8 millimeters in. So now, as I said, the diameter of these, because the shaped as a semicircle, is 3.8. So I'm going to draw a circle here, which is 3.8 millimeters in diameter, like that. And same on the other side. I mean, you could just draw half of it and then mirror it, but I often find it easier just to draw both sides independently. So now I'm just going to erase the parts of the circle we don't need, and now I can get rid of some of my guidelines, because I don't need the guidelines, I just need the actual semicircles. So now I'm going to extrude these up by 2.6 millimeters. So using the extrude tool, 2.6 millimeters up. And I'm going to create a new sketch on the top of here, because there's like at the top they are a little bit bigger. So now I'm going to draw a circle again there. And they come out 0.7 millimeters from the centre. So I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to go out 0.7. and then now I'm going to come across and cut them off. and then I can again trim the extra parts, and then the height of this extra bit is 1.3 millimeters. So now I'm going to extrude both those 1.3 millimeters up. Now I'm going to do the same on the other side. Okay, so now that's done, I've created both the two little pegs, but these are rounded off on the corners on the inside of the peg here. So I'm going to go to modify, and I'm going to put a fillet on these just to make them more rounded. Like that. I'm going to press OK. And then that's that piece done. Now I've finished the piece, we can now make it. So I'm going to go to the make button, select the thing I want to make, and I'm just going to have to reselect Cura because I updated it. Cura 3.4, Cura. There we go. And now that's going to open up Cura 3.4, which is going to slice it, and then we'll 3D print it. Okay, so now we're in Cura, and for some reason it never likes to load into Cura the right way up, so now I'm just going to lay that flat. And so now I'm just going to go to the layer view and check all the layers. So this is going to make sure that it's actually going to make it, because sometimes it can be a bit funny and not actually make parts of it if it's like too small for the nozzle. So that seems to be okay. And so I'm going to go back to the normal view, and I'm going to make two of these. So I'm going to select it, go to right click on it, click multiplied selected model, and we only want one more. So there we go, there are two models. So now we're going to save it and 3D print it. Okay, so while the other piece is 3D printing, I'm now going to make this other piece. So this is a round little piece that's for like plugging in little holes. So I'm just going to save this. And then now that's saved, I'm now going to create a new design. So now I'm going to start a new sketch. I'm going to start on the bottom. So when you're designing these things, it's good to think of how they're going to be 3D printed. So I think I'm going to print this upright, so there's no massive overhangs. So the diameter of this piece is 9.6 at the base. So we're going to draw a circle that is 9.6 millimeters in diameter. Zoom in a bit. And then the wall of this is approximately 0.4 millimeters, which is good because that is the minimum diameter I can print. So I'm going to offset the inside of that circle by 0.4. So that's going to give us our wall thickness. So that's gone the other way, unfortunately. Like that. So then I'm going to do two things now. So I'm going to extrude this down a bit. So I'm going to assume that this is the same thickness as the other piece, which was 0.7. So I'm going to go down 0.7 like that. I'm just going to show the sketch again, and then now I'm going to extrude the wall, because this is hollow, and this is again like the other piece a stepped wall. So now I'm going to go up 1.1 millimeters. 1.1, and there's that. And now I'm going to create a new sketch on the top of that piece we've just created, and we're going to offset the outside by 0.3 millimeters. Like that. And then I'm going to actually extrude that piece another 1.2, so the centre wall, like that. And now we're going to create a new sketch, and we're going to go onto there. And now you can see that's that ring we've just created. So we're going to go from the corner right to the edge of that ring. Like that, actually. Yeah. So then I'm going to go in 0.3 like that, and then go up. So this is going to create a little triangle, and then now I'm going to use the revolve tool to revolve that part around the central axis. So there we go, that is that lip. So now I'm going to add a fillet on the bottom, because it's got a rounded edge. Just a small one like that. And then I'm also going to fillet the inside, because if you only fillet one side, then it'll make that piece thinner. So, like that. And there we go, so now we can print that piece. So make, select, okay. Okay, so now it's loaded into Cura. Once again, it hasn't loaded flat. So we're going to rotate that piece flat. Okay, so we want 16 of these as well. So once again, we're going to right click, multiply, and so we want another 15. Like that. And then now, when the other ones are done, we can print them.